Yo, what's up guys, Greg2G here. Today we're going to be looking at all of the 18 characters in Genshin Impact that we know of so far. There will be more. Let's get started. Alright, so now let's go through and talk about all the characters and what they do, little introduction, talk about their skills, and watch a little bit of their combat on the side. Alright, so we're starting off with Amber, a perky, straightforward girl who is also the only outrider of the Knights of Favonius. Her amazing mastery of the glider has made her a 3-time winner of the gliding champion in Mondstadt. As a rising star within the Knights of Favonius, Amber is always ready for any challenging tasks. Amber is an outrider of the Knights of Favonius in an age where outriders are becoming obsolete. She continues on with her responsibilities. It takes a newcomer only a few days to feel right at home with this passionate girl. Whether it's before the Good Hunter signboard, the banks of Cider Lake, or the treetops at Windrise, one can find traces of this vigilant outrider in red anywhere. Once spotted by her, no suspicious individual can ever escape her interrogation. Alright, Amber often centers around the theme of a bunny, as her bow is a reference to bunny ears and her constellation stands for the Latin word for hair. The manga reinforces this theme as well. We're looking at some talents, marksmanship, explosive puppet, I guess an exploding bunny, that's pretty cool. Fiery rain, looks like she's a fire theme, looking like a fire theme here. Go, 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 outrider, core talent, every arrow finds its target, precise shot, and champion glider as the passive talents. Next up we have Lisa. She is an intellectual witch who can never get enough naps. As the librarian of the Knights of Favonius, Lisa is smart in that she always knows exactly what to do with whatever troubles her. As much as she loves her sleep, she still manages to keep everything under control in a calm, composed manner. In addition to her elegance and charm, Lisa is also highly educated. She is said to have been the most talented sorceress to study at the Sumeru Academia in the last 2 centuries. It is known that Lisa chose to return to Mondstadt after 2 years of advanced study in Sumeru, but the reason for her decision is not known. Lisa currently serves as librarian in the Knights of Favonius. Take a look at her skills down here. We've got looks like a lightning theme here, lightning touch, violet arc, lightning rose, witch of purple rose, induced aftershock, static electricity field, and potion insight. Next up we have Kaeya, also in the Knights of Favonius. Kaeya is the most trusted aide for the acting Grand Master Jean, or Jean. I don't know how it's pronounced. You can always count on him to solve any intractable problems. Everyone in Mondstadt loves Kaeya, but no one knows what secrets this witty, charming knight has. Kaeya is an adopted son to the Ragnaverd family, the renowned tycoon and winery. It has been a long time since he last called Diluc Ragnaverd brother. Kaeya currently serves as the cavalry captain of the Knights of Favonius, trusted by Jean. Kaeya is often the one cleaning or wrapping things up in every incident that occurred in the vicinity of Mondstadt. He has a freezing theme, ice theme here. He has a ceremonially blade work, frost gnaw, elemental skill, glacial waltz, sufficient effort, core talent, sword of cruelty, heart of the abyss, and energy thirst as his last talent. Now let's have a look at Noelle. Like most of Mondstadt's young people, Noelle always dreamed of being a Knight of Favonius when she grew up. She may not have what it takes to be a knight just yet, but she is learning. Working as a maid at the Knight's headquarters, she is constantly taking notes on what constitutes knightly speech, knightly conduct, and knightly customs. She holds firm to her belief that one day she will join the ranks. She just needs to keep trying her hardest at everything she does. A maid in the service of the Knights of Favonius that dreams of joining their ranks someday. Noelle has much greater dreams and ambitions than other maids in the Knights of Favonius. Like anyone else in this city protected by the Knights of Favonius, she too dreams of donning the honored armor. Even if her skills are not enough to pass the rigorous selection trials, she still wishes to observe and learn from them every chance she gets. Aside from her training, she enjoys her current life helping everyone in need. Alright, she seems to have a bit fewer skills than we see on the other characters. Maybe that's because of her star rating, I'm not 100% sure, but let's see. She has Favonius Blade Work, Made, Breastplate, Elemental Skill, Sweeping Time, Elemental Burst, Heart of the Servant, Core Talent, Devotion Passive, and Nice and Clean. Next up we have Venti, a bard that seems to have arrived on some unknown wind. Sometimes sings songs as old as the hills, and other times sings poems fresh and new. Likes apples and lively places, but is not a fan of cheese or anything sticky. When using his animo power to control the wind, it often appears as feathers, as he's fond of that which appears light and breezy. Venti seems to like apples quite a bit, however he dislikes sticky foods such as cheese. Although he is an Archon, he has not used his abilities in such a long time, he has become the weakest of all Archons. Interesting. Skills, we have the normal charged attack, Divine Archery, Skyward Sonnet, Elemental Skill, Wind's Grand Ode, Elemental Burst, Core Talent to the Future, Embrace of the Winds, Storm Eye, and Wind Rider as passive talents. Let's now have a look at Jean. I guess now that we see she's a female, it's probably pronounced Jean, but I guess it could still be Jean, you never know. As the acting Grand Master of the Knights, Jean has always been devoted to her duties and maintaining peace in Mondstadt. She had taken precautions long before the onset of Storm Terror's assault, and she will guard Mondstadt with her life, as always. No more info other than that. Normal attack, Favonius Blade Work, Gale Blade as Elemental Skill, Dandelion Breeze as Elemental Burst, Dandelion's Knight's Legacy as Core Talent, Wind Companion, Let the Wind Lead, and Continuous Improvement for passive talents. Next up, we have Fischl, a mysterious girl who calls herself Prinzessin der Verurteilung and travels with a night raven named Oz. Currently serves as an investigator in the Adventurers Guild. Through her unique abilities, eccentric character, and, while she would never admit it herself, hard work, Fischl has become a rising star among the Adventurers Guild's investigators, earning the recognition of all. Fischl's nickname, Prinzessin der Verurteilung, is German. It means Princess of Condemnation. Fischl's eye patch and raven familiar are most likely inspired by the Norse god Odin. She has Bolts of Downfall as a normal attack, Night Rider as elemental skill, Midnight Phantasmagoria as elemental burst, Sanctification as a core talent, Stellar Predator, and Evernight Raven as passives. Now let's have a look at Razor. Some say he is an orphan raised by wolves. Others say he is a wolf spirit in human form. He is most at home in the wild, fighting with Claw and Thunder. To this day, the wolf boy can be found prowling the forest, where he and his wolf pack hunt to survive, using nothing more than their animal instincts. A boy with gray spiky hair and red eyes. Razor wears green camouflage pants, an orange shirt, and a black cape. He also has bone accessories and uses a sword to fight along with his claws. His normal attack is called Steel Fang. His elemental skill, Claw and Thunder, Elemental Burst, Lightning Fang, Core Talent, Canine's Glare, Awakening, Hunger, and Woven Spirit as passive talents. Woven Sprint, rather. Next we have Klee, Knights of Favonius Spark Knight, forever with a bang and a flash, and then disappearing from the stern gaze of acting Grand Master Jean. Damn it. Sure, time in solitary confinement gives lots of time to think about new gunpowder formulas, but it'd still be better to not be in solitary in the first place. Everyone says Klee is OP, by the way. If you're in the Discord, we'll see how that turns out in the next beta. Her normal attack is called Kaboom. Her elemental skill, Jumpy Dumpty. Elemental Burst, Sparks and Splash. Core Talent, Mon's Lucky Star. Pounding Surprise, and Sparkling Burst passive talents. Now let's have a look at Diluc. As the wealthiest gentleman in Mondstadt, the ever-dapper Diluc always presents himself as the epitome of perfection. But behind the courteous visage burns a zealous soul that has sworn to protect Mondstadt at all costs, allowing him to mercilessly vanquish all who threaten his city. Said by Kaeya in simple terms, we are anti-heroes with attitude problems. He is aloof and distant, seeing as he is reluctant and doesn't seem to want to talk about the past. His present self shows that he does not want to waste time on idle talk, as seen when he met with Lisa. He grew impatient as she admired the Cecilias. Normal attack is Tempered Sword, Elemental Skill, Searing Onslaught, Elemental Burst, Dawn, Core Talent, Night's Watch, Relentless, Blessing of Phoenix, and Cook for Battle as passives. Next up we have Barbara, the Deaconess of the Favonius Church and a shining starlet adored by all. Although the concept of a starlet is rather novel in a city of bards, the people of Mondstadt love Barbara nonetheless. I owe everything to the city's spirit of freedom, Barbara, regarding her popularity. Every denizen of Mondstadt adores Barbara. However, she learned the word idol from a magazine. Barbara is the deaconess of the Favonius Church as well as the shining... Yeah, we already read that part. The sight of Barbara makes all my problems disappear. This is quite a common saying among the denizens of Mondstadt. In fact, Barbara can do much more than just put people in a better mood. Her healing powers extend to flesh wounds and other physical ailments. Barbara is known to have access to miraculous healing powers through her hydrovision. However, Barbara herself knows that the most miraculous magic of all is hard work. Her normal attack is Whisper of Water, Elemental Skill, Let the Show Begin, Elemental Burst, Shining Miracle, Core Talent, All for You, passives, Glorious Season, Encore, Give It Your All. Now we'll have a look at Bennett. The few young adventurers at the Mondstadt Adventurers Guild has always find themselves tangled up in baffling bouts of bad luck. He is the only active member of his own adventure group known as Benny's Adventure Team, after all the other members decided to take leave, following a series of unfortunate incidents. As a result, the team is currently on the verge of being dissolved. Being unable to break the poor boy's heart, Catherine of the Adventurers Guild has kept Benny's adventure team on the books, whilst also hiding from him the fact that all the other members have long since officially left the team. A righteous and good-natured adventurer from Mondstadt who's unfortunately extremely unlucky. Benny's Adventure Time is a special case in the Adventurers Guild Mondstadt branch. Initially, the team mechanism, requiring at least 3 or 4 regulars in the team, was set up to prompt mutual support and prevent accidents from happening. As for Benny's Adventures team, its only regular member has always been Bennett himself. The lack of team members essentially has everything to do with Bennett's infamous bad luck. However, being the passionate adventurer that he is, Bennett never feels lonely. Well, maybe once or twice, or sometimes. Normal attack, Strike of Fortune, Elemental Skill, Passion Overload, Elemental Burst, Fantastic Voyage, Core Talent, Benny's Adventure Team. Passes Rekindle, Fear Not. And now we'll have a look at Xianling, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, the head chef at the Wanmin restaurant and also a waitress there. Xianling is extremely passionate about cooking and excels at her signature hot and spicy dishes. Though still young, Xianling is a true master of the culinary arts with all the skills of a kitchen veteran. She enjoys a good reputation among the hearty eaters at Chihu Rock. There's absolutely no need to be nervous if she wants you to sample her latest creation. It will not disappoint. Promise. Her normal attack is Dofu, Elemental Skill, Guaba attack, Elemental Burst, Pyronado, Core Talent, Kindling Hearthfire, passives, Crossfire, Beware, it's super hot, and Chef de Cuisine. Next up, we have Ningguang, owner of the Jade Chamber and the skies above Liu. There are stories about Ningguang with her elegance and mysterious smile. As a Tinquan of Liu Qing, I don't know if that was pronounced correctly either, but not only does she embody law and order, she also represents fortune and wit. Her basic attack is Sparkling Scatter, Jade Screen Elemental Skill, Star Shatter, Elemental Burst, Easy Game, Core Talent, Backup Plan, Strategic Reserve, and Meticulous Calculation as passives. Next up is Xiao, one of the mighty and illuminated Adepti, guarding Liu, also heralded as the Guardian Yaksha. Despite his appearance as a young man, occasional legends about him have been documented in ancient books for thousands of years. He is especially fond of Wangshu In's almond tofu. The reason is that the dish tastes just like the dreams he used to devour. Okay. Normal attack, Whirlwind Thrust. Elemental skill, Lemniscatic Wind Cycling. Elemental Burst, Bane of All Evil. Core talent, Evil Conqueror, Ode to Windborn Wraith. Passives, Evil Conqueror, Tamer of Demons. Disillusion, Eon Heavenfall, Transcession, Gravity Defier. Okay, this guy seems like edgy as hell. Next up, we have Beidou, Captain of the Crux, with quite the reputation in Liu. There are those who say she can split mountains and part the sea. Others say she draws lightning through her sword. Some say that even the mightiest of sea beasts are no match for her. For those not from Liu, it may sound like a hearty joke, but those that have sailed with her will say, no matter what sea beasts there may be, Beidou will be sure to split them all in two. Captain of the Crux and its crew, she's quite an unbound and forthright woman. Beidou is the leader of the Crux, an armed fleet based in Liu Harbor. An armed fleet means exactly what it sounds like, a fleet of ships armed to the teeth. Without getting into many details, everything the Crux does is approved by the Kuijing, more or less. Beidou is a trusted leader, so much so that her crew believe her capable of taming the storms and billows on the sea. It's Beidou, even the mightiest of the storms, must bow its head to her might. Beidou is the Chinese name for the constellation known as the Big Dipper. Polaris, the North Star within this constellation, is known to be used by sailors for navigation at sea. Alright, normal attack is called Oceanborn. Elemental skill, Tide Collar. Elemental burst, Stormbreaker. Core talent, Polaris. Retribution, Leviathan's Protection, and Ironclad as passives. And last but not least, and certainly not last for now, or last for now, but not last forever, we have Xingqiu, second son of the Faiyun Commerce Guild. Xingqiu has had a reputation for being studious and polite ever since he was a young child. But there is another side to the mild-mannered Xingqiu everyone knows, a daring, adventurous, and much more mischievous side. A young man carrying a longsword who is frequently seen at book booths. He has a heart of gold and yearns for justice and fairness for all. We could use a little bit of him in our world right now. His normal attack is called Guhua style. Elemental skill, Guhua sword. Fatal rain screen. Elemental burst, Guhua sword, rain cutter. Core talent, smooth as water. Passives, hydropathic, and blades amidst raindrops. Alright, that is it for now, ladies and gentlemen. There will most certainly be more characters coming in the future. I will keep you updated on those, but for now, you just gotta go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can know as soon as that happens. And I'll see you guys next time. GG, have a great... It's weekend here right now, so have a great weekend whenever you're watching this, or, just have a great day. And yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking now. Okay, bye.